Welcome back to Fueled by Plants. And as you can see, this is going to be a different type of video. Today, I'm actually going to be reacting to a video of Joe Rogan talking to a doctor. In this clip, they're talking about vegan meat and vegan meat alternatives and plant-based meat. And is it healthy or not healthy? Does it cause problems? Whatever the case may be. And I'm going to be dissecting this. Now, if you know anything about Joe Rogan, he goes very hard at the vegan community, all right? And as a vegan, my honest reaction, haven't seen this before. So let's go.
Who aren't aware, there are companies like Impossible Burger and Beyond Meat that are promoting this idea of fake meat that tastes like meat, but it's made typically from soy. So Impossible Burger's main ingredients are GMO soy, coconut oil, sunflower oil, natural flavors. Beyond Meat is pea protein isolate, canola oil, and refined coconut oil. So Impossible Burger has publicly criticized holistic land management or regenerative agriculture and saying, it's not really that different. In fact, sometimes the emissions can be even more than feedlot beef. But there was a third-party life cycle analysis, full life cycle, so they looked at the whole process, not just methane emissions from cows burping, but the whole process at White Oak Pastures, which is a beef operation. It's a Savory Institute hub, so they're following the regenerative Savory Institute practices. And they found that their beef operation was a net carbon sink. So again, it actually sequestered carbon from the atmosphere. It was not emitting carbon. It was, carbon, not neutral. It was taking carbon out.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah.
This is something I forgot to bring up earlier.
Before they get to the next point, before Joe starts talking, two things real quick. Number one is, when people think of plant-based meat and they think of vegan meat and these different packaged, processed vegan foods, the people on the outside looking in, they say, bad, 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 this isn't healthy for you. You shouldn't go vegan because all these plant-based meats, they aren't healthy, all right? So let me debunk that real quick. Plant-based meats, they never come off to say that it's a healthy alternative, right? It's a alternative to eating meat. And once you get off of eating meat, then you can go into more traditional plant-based foods and whole plant-based foods, all right? It's like weaning yourself off of heroin, okay? If a person is hooked on heroin, they go to a detox center and they give them like Oxycontin and different morphine and different things like that to wean them off of it. Is morphine and that Oxycontin better? No, it's just as worse, but they wean yourself off of it. If someone has been eating meat for their whole life and you say, yep, stop eating meat forever and just eat vegetables, they're probably not going to want to do it. But if you give them an alternative to it, then they're more inclined to try it out at least. So it's not a healthy alternative. Also, right here, he's talking about different greenhouse gases from cows, which when you have a factory farm and they have cows on the pasture that they're raising for meats and cattle and things like that, they give off methane from cows' farts, cows burping, and things like that. And what he's saying right there is, it's the opposite. They're not letting off greenhouse gases and they're taking it in, which is a lie. So there is a lie right there off the rip that I just seen. So let's get into it and see what Joe Rogan has to say.
One thing that solves the methane issue with cows is just to add a certain amount of seaweed to their diet. When you add a certain amount of seaweed to their diet, apparently it mitigates the methane issue.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but I think
see if you can find that, Jamie. That's something that was offered up as a response to, and I don't think it's a large amount of seaweed. I think it's a fairly small amount of seaweed in percentage to the overall diet.
I think the amazing thing about the regenerative the livestock or holistically managed beef, though, is it can actually restore grasslands. It can restore the soil and improve the soil. So you're not only producing this amazing nutrient-dense bioavailable food source, you're actually improving the soil and helping to reverse this really dramatic, threatening problem that we're facing of soil.
So basically he's saying that animal agriculture is actually rejuvenating the soil. Yes, that's true. When a cow shits, it rejuvenates the soil. It's called the circle of life. We all know this. We learned this on The Lion King, the movie. It's about recycling. The lion eats the gazelle. The lion shits, and then it goes into the grass, fertilizer. Then the gazelle from the next generation eats the grass, and it continues to go. Of course, we all know this, but that isn't a good reason to eat animals. You still haven't gave a good reason to eat animals, and you still haven't gave a reason to not eat plant-based meat. So let's get back into it.
Here it is. Seaweed could help make cows burp less methane and cut their carbon hoofprint. LOL. A diet supplemented with red algae could lessen the huge amounts of greenhouse gases emitted by cows and sheep if we could just figure out how to grow enough. So right. I guess that's the issue.
You have to wonder where those, how right. that, what kind of energy is being used. So back to this. So this life cycle analysis at White Oak Pastures showed that this holistically managed beef actually removes carbon from the atmosphere. Now, this was the same company that performed a life cycle analysis for Impossible Burger on their fake meat. And what they found in that analysis was that the fake meat was less, of a greenhouse gas emitter than feedlot beef, but it was still actually an emitter. Whereas the holistically managed beef was taking carbon out of the atmosphere. It was the same company. So, if we're going to give them credit for the analysis they did for Impossible Burger, we have to give them credit
So let me stop it right there. So basically what he's saying is from the study that he saw, which, hey, he probably did see a study like that if you feed the cows a certain diet, they don't emit a lot of greenhouse gases, and it kind of takes some of the greenhouse gases in from the atmosphere and the environment. And now he's saying that the Impossible Burger company is one of the same companies that did the study for this one. They did the study for the Impossible Burger, and the Impossible Burger company, that environment actually let off some greenhouse gases. Not a whole lot, but some. So let's break that down. First off, even if the Impossible Burger company that let off some type of greenhouse gas, even if it's a smudge, even if it's kind of a lot, it still doesn't amount to the overwhelming amount of greenhouse gas that the whole world is emitting when they do factory farming, which is worse. Like, it doesn't make sense what he's trying to portray right here. So let's get back to it.
Analysis that they did for White Oak Pastures. The other thing with Impossible Burgers, so the primary ingredient is called soy leg hemoglobin, or SLH. So this is a bioengineered protein additive that adds meat-like taste and color. It does not meet the basic FDA generally recognized as safe, the GRAS designation, because it's not a food or even a food ingredient. And there's a document that you can get. I think it came with the Freedom of Information Act. It's online. I have the reference in my show notes. In the discussion in this document with the FDA, Impossible Foods admitted that up to a quarter of its heme ingredient was composed of 46 unexpected additional proteins, some of which are unidentified and none of which were assessed for safety in the dossier.
So first off, if the ingredient in the Impossible Burgers was not safe and not coin safe by the FDA, it would not be on the market right now. So that is a lie. It wouldn't be on the market. And this video was semi-old. So if they did discover that, why is Impossible Burger still on the market? Another thing, back again, Impossible Burger, Beyond Burger, and all these different things aren't marketed to the people as a healthy food. It's a vegan food, an alternative to meat, to get people to stop eating meat and go towards the plant-based lifestyle more. And once they get into a plant-based lifestyle, they can start eating more vegetables and fruits, legumes, grains, and things like that. All right. Before we jump back into it, this thing about soy really gets to me a whole lot because a lot of people try to down soy so much. Look, I get it. My background in becoming vegan and plant-based, I went through the alkaline path, right? I researched Dr. Sebi a lot, listened to a lot of his lectures, and I was alkaline for a whole while. And even in the alkaline vegan community, they down soy a lot too. But when it comes to soy, there is no extensive research that says soy is unhealthy for you or raises estrogen levels in men. No research out there whatsoever, all right? Now, of course, there's different papers that's been published, but you can go out and write a paper or write a study about anything. Doesn't mean it's accredited, okay? Another thing, if soy was so bad, people who think soy is so terrible, stop eating factory farm meat right now, because they feed these animals, these chickens, these ducks, these cows, soy, isolate. Have you ever went to the store and seen a package of meat, then you seen another package of meat that says grass-fed? If it doesn't say grass-fed, they're feeding that animal soy. So no matter what, if you are against soy, stop eating meat. So it gets back to the same point. You should go vegan. You should go plant-based. That's just another tactic to keep people from trying out a plant-based diet. Scare tactics. Here's the thing, and this video is like 10 minutes, I'm only halfway done, so I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm gonna go ahead and try to wrap it up right here. But here's the thing. Basically, they're trying to say that fake meat is causing more green gas than factory farm, which is statistically bullshit. You can look up the actual numbers. It's on Google. Google it, right? But if someone is trying to go plant-based and they're used to eating steaks and things like that, so you have to ease people into it. Everybody can't go cold turkey. I went cold turkey overnight. I went vegan, and that was before they had the Impossible Burger and the Beyond Burger. I went vegan overnight. But my reasoning why was strong enough. A lot of people don't have a strong enough why. I went vegan for the animals. A lot of people go vegan for their health. So if they go vegan for their health, you have to give them something that's more enticing, right? It has to be a better deal than what they're getting now. And that's one of the ways. In the future, hopefully they come up with something better than these fake meats. But right now, it's not meant to be a health food. So use it for what it's for, all right? So I'm gonna wrap it up right here. If you like this style of video, if you like me critiquing these people who are trying to talk shit about veganism, like the video, comment down below your takeaways from this video. Comment down below if you want me to make more videos like this. If you do, I will start making more. Also, if you are wanting to go vegan, if you are struggling with your health and fitness, you're trying to get in shape, you're trying to make a transformation, you're trying to become the healthiest version of yourself, I want you to click the link below right now, schedule a free consultation call with me. On that call, we're gonna go over your goals, what's been stopping you up to this point from getting there, and also, last but not least, a proven strategy that's gonna take you from point A to point B, all right? So, till next time, fuel yourself, don't fool yourself. Go drink some green juice. Green juice gang out of the building. Peace.